So let's talk about emotions and narcissists. And if you're new here, I have narcissistic personality disorder. So narcissists have limited emotional capacity. So that means narcissists can feel emotions, but they don't have the capacity a lot of times to feel yours or to deal with yours. So that's why a lot of times when you approach a narcissist and try to talk about your feelings, they get exasperated, they get angry, they get upset and say you're too sensitive, you're too emotional. Because like we as narcissists are like trying to process this world as it is and like dealing with the stuff that's going on inside of our heads. And then when you come to us bringing your feelings or whatever, which a narcissist probably hurt or has something to do with the way you feel, you bring that to the narcissist and it upsets them and it makes them irate. It's also why big emotional times like the birth of a child, the holidays, birthdays, celebrations and things like that, that's why the narcissists a lot of times will disconnect from everybody else. Will make the holidays and birthdays and the birth of your child so uncomfortable that you don't even get to experience it as well. So I hope this brings some understanding to you. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and I use my platform to raise awareness for narcissistic personality disorder, get more people into therapy, and, validate victims and survivors of said disorder. This series is where I just take my TikToks and make them longer. The one you just watched was about experiencing emotions and, narcissists. Because that's one of the main questions that I get in my comment section is like over all my platforms, in my inbox, literally everywhere. When I'm doing my one-on-ones over Zoom and things like that, people, literally in my inbox saying, hey, look, or my comment section, can narcissists love? Can narcissists be happy? Can narcissists do this, do that, do that? And like I said in that video right there, your regular run-of-the-mill narcissist, person with narcissistic personality disorder like myself, yes, we 100% can feel emotions. We can experience emotions and things like that. We just have limited emotional capacity. Like we don't have a lot of room for a lot of emotions. We don't have a lot of room to experience those emotions. So when I'm trying to live my life out here, going through the emotional states that I go through, going through the emotional situations that I go through, when I'm doing that, it's kind of like I don't have the room to deal with yours. So if I'm dealing with some kind of stress in my life, don't bring me your stress. If I'm dealing with some kind of unhappiness in my life, don't bring me your unhappiness. And I'm talking from a personal perspective and just broad strokes as narcissists too. I've worked on it over the years now. So if I'm experiencing something, if I'm sad, my wife, she's allowed to be, she can, not allowed, that's a terrible word. She can be sad too. We can be sad together. We can talk, we can have a conversation as opposed to me being sad and me feeling like she was trying to compete with me for being sad. Like who can be saddest? Like who can be like, why now? Stuff like that. So very, very limited emotional capacity. So that's why a lot of times you'll see narcissists, when they come home, they are the worst at home than they are out there in the real world. Sometimes on days off, you might get a narcissistic person in your life, man or woman, whatnot. You might get them in a good mood. You might have a great, great day, the day off and things like that. But the work days, when they have to go to work and deal with people, deal with other people's emotions, deal with other people's problems. Maybe they're on the phone, maybe they're in customer service, maybe they're an attorney or a doctor or something like that. When they come home, after expending all that emotional energy, they have none left to give when they come home. Or if they come home and they have a little bit left, they might give it to the kids. Or they might walk right by you, the significant other, and give it to the dog. And, they're disconnected from you sexually. There's no more intimacy in the bedroom because they're checked out. Literally checked out. That's why in the beginning of a relationship, it's like I tell people all the time, in the beginning of a relationship, the narcissist is putting pretty much all of their emotions up front. Like burning through their emotional capacity, burning through their emotional fuel. Just burning through it. And then it burns out. And what happens is the relationship goes on and coasts along on the energy, the expended energy from the beginning of the relationship. That first deposit, that first huge energy deposit in the beginning of the relationship just kind of powers on and goes on from that point from that perspective right there. And eventually it runs out. And by the time it runs out, the narcissist makes another little deposit here and there to keep you happy, to keep you there. You might put the cheeks on you. You might clap the cheeks, or they might clap your cheeks or whatever. Whichever direction it decides to go in, that's the way it's gonna go. You know what I mean? So I always say it like this. I feel like when people as a whole, like narcissists as a whole, sometimes if you go into remain in a relationship with them, you have to accept that. People always ask me, can a narcissist have a healthy relationship? Can a narcissist have a healthy marriage? You seem like your marriage is healthy because I've removed a lot of stressors from my life. I'm actually pursuing the stuff that I actually want to do in my life. And that helps out so tremendously much out. By removing the stressors and actually doing the stuff that I actually want to do with my life, it removes the stressors that I'm actually experiencing a little bit more happiness here and there. My emotional capacity has been risen through therapy and things like that. So I can help other people. I can be there for other people. Because I'm doing Zoom calls like literally every single day. And that expends a lot of emotional energy. It adds a lot of stress to me because I'm becoming emotional. But whereas when I used to be emotionally disconnected from most people, I'm emotionally connected to more people nowadays. You know what I mean? So the way it goes now, I'm doing better. I'm becoming stronger through therapy. Take a break. Do some stuff for yourself. The way if you're a narcissist, if you are a narcissistic person listening to this, or if you are a person dealing with a narcissist and you're listening to this, the narcissistic person, you have to recharge your batteries. That narcissist in your life, toxic person, whatever, they have to recharge their emotional capacity. Like you got to take, they have to go take one of these and plug it into the wall for a little bit. That's why I have to, literally, I have to do stuff for myself. I literally have to. I have to literally go do stuff for myself because if I don't, I will emotionally deteriorate and I will lash out at people because when the emotions run out, when the emotional capacity runs low and it runs out, you get the anger because that's all that's left. Anger doesn't, being angry doesn't take much energy at all. You can just go right to anger. Being angry doesn't take energy. That's why anger is easy. That's why anger is the number one emotion most narcissists feel. That's why they actually have a term for the narcissistic anger. It's called narcissistic rage. So yeah, when the emotional capacity runs low, the happiness, the love, the joy runs low throughout the day, anger is the only thing that's left. And if nothing is there to refill that tank, if I don't take some time for myself, then guess what? Anger is what you're gonna get. Stress is what you're gonna get. Disdain is what you're going to get. Devaluation is what you're going to get. So you have to go through the gauntlet and things like that. You literally have to. Like me myself, like I said, my therapist said at least once. I haven't done it in a while, but she said at least once every month or something. It's a set time. It's not a set time period, but she's like, look, you need to do some stuff for yourself. And sometimes I feel guilty doing stuff for myself because my wife is a stay-at-home mom. She takes care of the household and things like that. And she takes care of the kids. It helps out tremendously. It helps out with my stepson. Her stepson, my son. So I just feel guilty about doing stuff for myself. But I have to. If I don't, then I can't. I don't have enough to give to her. And she tells me all the time, she's like, "Don't feel guilty. Go do it. You need to do it. If that's going to help you out and help us out, then you go do that." Because me being in therapy, because if I don't do it. And you get the rage, you get the anger, you get the unnecessary stuff. And I don't want to give her the unnecessary stuff. I want to give her the full version of me. So I'm an entrepreneur now. I'm pretty much stay at home. I work from home. I'm a real estate agent too. So I'm not out there in the warehouse anymore, running through dealing with everybody's problems and stuff like that in the warehouse. I'm dealing with real life stuff now, as opposed to dealing with stuff in the warehouse, dealing with other people in the warehouse, feeling like people were better than me, people were going further than me. You know what I mean? So. To answer your question, yes, narcissists, your regular run-of-the-mill narcissists can experience emotions and things like that. And then you get on a little deeper on the spectrum, like sociopaths and psychopaths, antisocial people. They're going to experience emotions a little bit differently. And if you haven't tuned into my live series with my man Shane, he is literally diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder, and the way he experiences emotions is similar to mine, but it's also different. And I love talking to him because I love talking to him. We're very different people. I'm a black dude with dreads. He's, white dude, hair, glasses, chill, rap music. I'm in the country. It's a different dynamic, but we vibe off each other. I like talking to him. You know what I mean? But tune into that. It's every Tuesday at 7 p.m. We're going to be doing more here and there. I don't know about we'll probably start a podcast, but I think the best way for us to do it is TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. But anyway, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. I really, truly appreciate we closing in on 100K. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all. Mental illness is out. Peace.